Hi friends, how we doing? It's finally Thursday. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. So let's get into this. Oh, it's actually cold this morning. Oh, which I'm not used to anymore because this is Arizona and next week it's going to be in the 90s again. I'm a sideways rider, so I gotta turn that. Sorry. So next week it's going to be back to the 90s, but this morning it's like in the 30s and oof. But yeah. How's everyone's April doing? I hope it's been going awesome so far. So yeah, today's the first day of state testing, which is stupid. And then on top of that, I was supposed to come back from spring break and only have 3 IEPs to write. But a former student came back without a new IEP. And then another teacher, sort of, is trying to push a student onto me that shouldn't be with me. And then another teacher is trying to push 4 students onto me. And then there's someone else who is also like a few new kids that are just getting IEPs, even though there's only, why is that so high? Only 30-something days left of school, actual physical days at school left. And, what time is it? Who are supposed to be getting new IEPs. So my 3 jumped up to 9. That shouldn't be that high. I don't know why it is that high. Okay, I'll have to look into that later. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So it's like the world is against me. Well, not the world, but you know, the school world is against me. But yeah. And I did count it out. I think it was, not including today, there are 35 days left at school. That does not include weekends, but 35, which is exciting. So that's where we're at with that. That's so weird that my pulse on here says that it's 75 and this one says that it's 80. Four, 3, 5, 46, 42, or 73. Like, my blood pressure has been even more so all over the place than normal. I don't understand it. I don't... Ugh. Okay, so something that I've kind of decided to do with the Pixel trackers is, because I'm so mentally and emotionally exhausted that I end up being somewhat physically exhausted at the end of the workday as well, that if I don't track them the same day, it's still fine as long as I track them within like 12-ish hours, you know? Yesterday, I hit my steps goal, and that was basically it. And that is just fine, because I did something. So yesterday was only the 2nd. I feel like March went by really fast, but my brain has not processed that it was March yet, that it's April yet. But when I think about the month, it feels like it's been a long time, but it's literally the morning of the 3rd. Oh, yeah. Okay, my sleep last night was... So I woke up at 4:30 for some unknown reason, and that is not okay. Actually, it's just before 4:30. But, so that was 36 minutes. And that was 5 hours and 26 minutes, so just over 6 hours of sleep. Which is number 7. I'm wondering if next time I should break this down, because it's very rare for me to get... This is usually what I get if I'm getting low amounts of sleep. These are like hardly ever. So I'm wondering if I should just can those. And it's very rare for me to get over 10 hours as well. And try and break this up into like 15-minute increments next year. Just to be a little more accurate, but I don't know. Alright, my steps yesterday were at the goal. Like, I was like 700,000 and like 300 and something. But I reached the goal, and on a Wednesday, so that's good. And as you can see, since school has started back up, I have been hitting my goals. Like Monday, it was 10,500 plus some, and then yesterday was 8.9. And even the Sunday before was not bad. I had like... Actually, that's not accurate anymore, because I filled this out and then my friend had an emergency and I had to go over. So this one's actually more 4.5 to 5,000. But, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I need to start waiting till the next day to do it. Just because things happen. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Work is kind of upsetting me because it's been 3 days since break and they're throwing a bunch of stuff on me. So, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. 35 days. There might even be a holiday in that time, and I don't know. I did cash and credit spending yesterday. That's not the color I need. This one is. My cash spending is, I forgot to take a lunch to work. My coworker gave me some food, but I feel bad for eating their food. So I didn't eat as much as I wanted to. And, so I was super hungry when I left work at 4 and stopped and got food on the way home. You know what? That's probably why my blood sugar spiked, because it's not food that I eat a lot. And then I also created a pickup order from Walmart. That is not things I need, but are definitely things that I want. They're very snack foody, which is not awesome either. Did I just pick the emergency color? I did. Crap it up. Where's my whiteout? It was not an emergency. I'm human. I make mistakes. So I need to come back to that. I need to let that dry for a little bit. Cycle, not really a thing right now. Habit tracker. Okay, how do I put this so that it can dry? So yesterday, I'm doing the trackers now. So, and it's within 12 hours. It's like, I'm not waiting days, so I'm going to give myself that. I'm not journaling. I didn't update my spending. What was self-care yesterday? Doesn't matter, I didn't do it. Why am I even looking? I did do my clean. I did not do my workout. And so far this morning, I have done the morning 3. You dry it? Yep. Okay. I need the not emergency credit card color. Jeez. Okay. So there's that. We did the habit tracker. This we do, even though it is the first Thursday of the month, it is not after the first Sunday, and that's the first Sunday of the month is when I write all this stuff down. So we are not there yet. Weigh in. I actually haven't written one down in a while. What color is that? That's... I wasn't going to, because when I weighed in on Sunday, it was an extreme difference. I'm throwing things, I'm sorry. I don't know what the cause was, but Sunday was a definite outlier day when it comes to weight. It was, on Sunday, it was like 52, and as you can see, I was at 48, and even fluctuating, I go up to 46, so going up to 52 was an extremely odd phenomenon, and I knew that that was not physically possible, and I did not know what the cause was, so I did not track that down. But I did weigh myself this morning, and I will track this morning's weight. We're gonna, which is not something I really want to do, because I weigh myself again in 2 days, and that's the one I want. But I know that Sunday was just something weird happening, and I don't know what it was. Today wasn't that great either. It was 46.8. I don't know if it was like the not walking over break, which probably played a factor, and the not the best eating. Actually, my eating over break was not that bad. I think I eat at weird times. So I think part of it is like the eating, but also part of it is the just weird times. And then I was not walking at all. So over break, as we know. Alright, so I did put on 2 even, which is unfortunate, but I'm thinking that they're not going to be here long. They're here for a short time, a good time, not a long time. Overall, though, from the start of the journey, I'm down 27.3. So, we will hopefully get back on track. I think I made it to where I'm going to go intermittent fasting. And the way that I'm going to do that is have my big meal at lunch, which is at work, which my lunch at work is 10:40. So that's not, that's like a late breakfast. And then on top of that, when I get home, instead of having another meal, just have like a protein shake or like a Ninja Creamy. And then just call it a day. So I'll definitely be in a deficit, and I'll definitely be having more protein than normal, but still. So it should help. Measurements, again, that's a Sunday thing. Again, a Sunday thing. All of these are Sunday things. I do want to talk about my student loans real quick. So, last month I had $30,084. I went to make my payment a few weeks ago, and it was down to like $12,000. I was like, oh, sweet, I got my student loan forgiveness. But I have not gotten communications saying that that's what that was. And then the more I looked at it and I did the math, the amount that was forgiven was way more than, was like $500 more than what the forgiveness amount is. And then on top of that, I was told that I wouldn't know if I was approved for the forgiveness till the 27th. So now I have no idea. The 27th of June, by the way. So now I have no idea if that was the loan forgiveness or if that was like it got paid off but then it's going to come back, because it was just the unsubsidized loans as well. So I have no idea. I need to call the company, but I don't have time during the day to call the company. So that's where I'm at with that. I did want to start marking this off, but again, if that just is going to come back on, I don't want to fill this out. And then if that is not the student loan forgiveness, and I do have to wait till the 26th of June, which is like 2.5 months away, can I skip the 2 months of payments? Because then the interest is not going to be interest on this. It's going to be interest on the $12,000, which is not going to be as much. But even with those 2 months of interest, it'll be less than the forgiveness. I don't know. I got to figure something out. I got to call something. But, yeah, thank you for being here. If you know anything about student loans and know what happened, I'd appreciate it if you tell me. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.